Hello and welcome to the guest portion of DC Figures and Collectibles. I am Tyler G, and I'm joined again, as always, by Scott. And our guest today, we are very happy to have. His name is DJ O'Regan. I hope I pronounced it right. And
That's
following
correct.
him, you
What's up,
should,
guys?
if you're not following him, you should definitely go check out his profile on Instagram. You can find him at toysnap.inc. And I believe he joins us all the way from Ireland, which that's always cool to have an international guest. It's something we like to do a lot. And we like to welcome him right now. And how are you doing, DJ?
Hey guys, thanks very much. I'm not too bad. Thanks for having me on.
No problem. We're glad.
Yes.
Actually honored that you would take time out of your day to join us. We really enjoy your profile, and what I noticed right off the bat from looking at what you do is you take a lot of very beautiful, very nice setting outside shots, and then you also have a nice array of dio pieces and different things that you have for inside shots, as well as a favorite of Scott and I, the bat computer, the bat cave. But the first off, what we'd really like to ask you, and as much as you like to give us, we'd like to ask about your past, like how you grew up, what maybe initially gave the spark into you enjoying all things comics. And another thing that we like is mostly DC. We don't see too much Marvel, which Scott and I we tend to like that. So
Yes, definitely.
it's a little intro on you, DJ.
Well, it's a bit of a funny story, really. Years ago, I was absolutely crazy about comics figures. I collected just about anything. I had a vast array of Marvel figures, but that was years ago. But I kind of, once I turned into my teens, I sort of shied away from comics for a few years. And it wasn't until I recently met my partner of 4 years. She bought me my first figure because she seen that I was watching Arrow, CW's Arrow.
Oh, cool.
And she purchased me the Red Arrow Arsenal figure, and that just kind of opened a can of worms. And I was like, okay, she's cool with it, and I just started collecting again, and basically just went from there. That was about 3 years ago, and yeah, now I just have quite a collection.
Nice. And growing up, that was part of your childhood too? Like, did you watch Batman the animated series and all that growing up?
Yeah, so Batman the animated series, I absolutely love that, and the Justice League animated series was one of my big favorites.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Now,
nice.
Um,
What
yeah,
was your first Batman movie that you can remember seeing in theater?
first Batman movie I remember seeing in theater was actually Batman Begins.
Batman Begins.
Begins,
Nice.
yeah. I wasn't graced enough as a child to be brought to any of the earlier films. My parents obviously didn't love me as much.
That's a great way to begin with Batman Begins. Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
fantastic start to a great trilogy.
look, yeah, it was a great trilogy. It wouldn't be my favorite of the three now, but it definitely is a solid Batman film.
What is your favourite of the three out of interest?
It's it's a toss up between the second and the third. I love the second for the storyline was brilliant. The way Heath Ledger portrayed the Joker was brilliant. A lot of subtle nods to the comics in it that I don't think many people actually pick up on.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
but at the same time, then the action scenes in the third film with Bane taking over Gotham, it was really cool. But I
Yeah.
would say the second one is probably my favorite.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. Absolutely can't argue with that. So, in terms of your toy photography, how did you kind of get into that? How did you get into the photography side of things and starting setting up dioramas and all that kind of stuff?
Well, I'm actually fairly fresh into it. It was kind of June, maybe yeah, early June. I was kind of
Yeah.
before that. Me and my friends would kind of set up my figures in funny poses and just leave them in my room. Day I set up. It was actually my first picture I uploaded. I set up the Joker in my back cave that my girlfriend bought me as well,
Nice.
and she feeds a lot to my addiction. And just the way I posed the Joker, I thought, well, that'll be a really good photo. So I set up some light behind. I think I used a green laser pointer at the time I had,
Mm.
and
Yeah, looking at it right now.
I used the vape pen for smoke effects, and I took a picture, and I was like, whoa, that's really cool. And I'd been previously following, actually yourselves and other people on Instagram with toy photography, and I thought, wow, that would be actually really cool. So I took a crack and I just uploaded the picture to the profile and kind of just started from there. And yeah, I started making I made a first diorama then maybe 2 weeks after that. And it was just out of really cheap backboard cardboard and stuff like that, but it turned out pretty well.
Yeah, because you do a whole mix of pictures. So obviously you mentioned the Batcave one, and you've got pretty cool pictures of that. And then there's ones with full dioramas. You've got outdoor shots. A big shout out to that one you've done of Constantine and Swamp Thing. I absolutely love that picture. Fantastic setting and location.
Yeah, that was a funny one. There's a local park nearby, about 10 minutes walk, and I was actually walking through a part of the park and I walked through often, and I kind of seen a dried up river, but it had rained the night before and it was still full of water. I was like, oh wow, that would be really cool. But the next day I came, and thankfully the puddle was still there, and then I took a few shots of Constantine as well, and yeah, because I really like Justice League Dark, so, and the Alan Moore Swamp Thing, Constantine coming at that was a really big influence on it. So
yeah, no, it's a fantastic picture. That is really like the pictures of Swamp Thing. Look really cool.
yeah, you great lighting outdoors as well. You can't really replicate it inside, so that's
Yeah,
one of
so
the well
true.
can't get outside.
Now, do you build? You also build your own dioramas?
Yeah, so I currently have 3 dioramas that I built. The first one is like really crude, as I was saying. It was 2 sheets of backboard, and I printed out little yellow markers for a road and put them on, simulated, and put another layer of backboard for a concrete path. And then I watched a video on YouTube. I actually don't know who it was, but I seen him scoring the cardboard to make it look like brickwork, and I had a go at that. It turned out really well.
Dang, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's crazy what you can actually do with a few supplies from your local hobby shop. And I mean, I work on building sites, and I tend to find a lot of stuff there. And I found that using plasterboard with insulation on it works as really good foam, because I've seen foam is actually really expensive online. I haven't actually incorporated any actual diorama foam. I've only used foam from construction sites, and it
I
just
love it.
Cool.
yeah, it works really well, and paint sticks to it very good. So I use that to make kind of a crater diorama.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, that turned out kind of well. It needs a few touch-ups of paint, but
And then there's another thing that I really like that's just super ingenious, and it might seem very simple, but I mean I never thought about it. And the way you took the picture, it just looks brilliant. Is you have Brainiac on the other side of the back computer with all the tubes and everything. It just looks perfect.
that was a good one. That actually, I can't really take credit for that one. That one was my friend's idea.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he kind of helps me out sometimes because I don't have proper lighting equipment. So sometimes the lighting you see is actually his arm bent some strange way, and like I'm saying, like, okay, move left, all right, move right. So his name is Ross. He doesn't actually have an Instagram profile, but I have to give him a shout out anyway because he does have.
You'll have to get him into this.
Yeah, I've been at him for months to get an Instagram account. So hopefully this will spur him on.
Hopefully.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, you do have a bunch of different line of figures. You have DC Icons. You have what looks like DC Direct. You have DC Collect, the Essentials figures. Do you have any Mattel? Any Mattel figures?
I have, I think I have about 4 that I look at right now. In Ireland, we don't like we have about 2 local comic book shops close to me, but
Okay.
the figures we have is not great, so I kind of have to rely on the internet. Been able to
Now,
Comic
of
Con.
all those lines of figures, the ones that you have, what are your favorite to shoot overall?
I have to say the most recent DC Essentials are very good for the opposability.
Mm-hmm.
It can be hard balancing them, but at the same time, the few Mattel figures that I have are they're really good. They're solid figures, like.
It's hard for Mattel to mess up sometimes, even though they are pretty good at it as well.
Yeah, it's a shame because I haven't actually seen the Mattel Multiverse wave in Ireland at all. So it's a bit upsetting. So I've actually ordered Killer Crockwave off of Big Bad Toy Store.
Oh,
Nice.
So
I was about
I
Yeah.
can't wait for that to come in now. So
It's weird, like you never ever see any multiverse figures in Europe. It's just literally in the US and Canada you ever see them. It's very strange, and
yeah,
I guess we'll see even less than zero now that they're going. But
yeah,
yeah, it's very odd.
they're just online even. That's
Yeah.
I've got given out to my my local comic book shop. I know them quite well. I walked in the other day and they'd restocked. There was loads of NECA figures, Predator figures. It's great, and then just a wall of Marvel Legends series. And I was like, oh, here, what the hell? And there was
What kind of
just
DC? So
little
what kind of
small
DC
sections
figures
for
do they
DC.
have then?
Sorry.
So what kind of DC figures do they have then?
They have they've a couple of old Darwin Cook ones, and they get the DC Essentials in kind of specifically for me.
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say I'm probably their biggest buyer of the DC figures. So I have obviously all the DC Essentials online when they're coming in. So I'm still waiting for the new Red Hood because he's not been released in Europe yet, as far as I know.
Yeah, same. I'm waiting on him. I can't wait.
I've been
Didn't you
like,
say September, Scott?
October 7th is down
October?
for.
Ooh.
October 7th. That's good. I didn't have a date, so now I do. That's good.
Yeah, at least that's what it is on Forbidden Planet anyway. Hopefully that is a bit sooner, but who knows?
mm, mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think the next release is until after Christmas. I think it's the Green Lantern and Sinestro.
Yeah, and then the Batman and Catwoman as well. They look so good. Fantastic
Yeah.
wave that one. Definitely be getting that Sinestro and Batman.
Yeah, the Batman looks serious. It is a really good stuff.
Where did you get the Thomas Wayne Batman figure that you have?
Okay. I have to admit, I got that one. Actually, that's a knockoff.
A knockoff? It looks great.
I know it's really good. Yeah, I got it on AliExpress. There's a couple of, I think there's actually two different variants of it on AliExpress, and the ones that I've seen to buy, I think I seen one this year at Comic Con. It was the Flashpoint version in figure. It's actually
Dang.
less opposable than the knockoff one.
I might have to get that.
Hmm.
It doesn't look too bad. And I know that anytime you look for a Thomas Wayne Batman currently, it's just out of this world, like scalper prices.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, usually I only get knockoffs if I'm for like custom parts or something like that.
Yeah,
But,
I think that's brilliant. I mean, sometimes you get a knockoff that's good, and sometimes they're just horrible. But I mean, when you get them and they're good, it's worth it.
no, it's definitely a rare figure. But
Man. All right. Now, when you kind of hinted at it, that you have your partner who is okay with this. Now, are you guys married? Do you guys have kids?
no, we're not married yet. That's her name is Katie Keane.
Katie? Okay.
So no, we're not married yet, but that is yeah, definitely. But yeah, she was a big inspiration, like because I still watched comic book related stuff. I still really the CW kind of was the nail on the coffin, and then herself getting me the figure really spurred it back on. It was and it was also the time that DC Comics started Rebirth.
Oh, that's a good time.
I was like, oh wow, I was just thrown back into this world of comics and figures and stuff. So it was kind of like a rebirth of my own.
No, now when you do these photos, is it something that is planned ahead of time? Is it spur of the moment? Is it like at the end of the day, something you do to unwind, or what is your process when you start to shoot?
That's the thing. I find it hard sometimes to fit it in. I try to take kind of batch photos, but then at the same time, it's tough thinking of several shoots ahead. Like, so I could be thinking, racking my brain for an hour with my figures all over the floor, thinking, what can I shoot? And then I'll take a break, and then something will just come to me, and I'll be like, oh, that was so easy, and I'll set that up. But yeah, I find working around work and stuff like that, it is quite hard. I don't know if you have the same problem with yourselves.
Yes, definitely. That's very relatable.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like finding time because if you get 2 days off a week, you've got to make sure you get
that's
pictures done in
exactly
those
it. You
2
have to,
days.
yeah, you have to get the shots in.
So how often would you say you upload?
I try to upload at least daily, because I just like to get that
Nice.
constant stream of for like content and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
So
I've got
if we're looking at a picture, so for example, like the Wonder Woman and Cheetah one, how long did that take for you to set up with lighting and angles and all that kind of stuff?
is this the most recent one, is it?
Yeah, yeah.
That actually didn't take too long. So that was my first time trying out coat hanger wire to support figures.
Ah,
So it was just kind of a little mess around, and yeah, I added the music in, and I was like, wow, this looks pretty cool. So
Yeah, and the music for that is amazing.
yeah, the lighting on that one was actually, yeah, my girlfriend Katie was helping with the lighting on that one.
No,
yeah. And what's also cool about that is the you could kind of see the coat hanger wire back there, but it also doesn't even look like it's Wonder Woman because it just looks like it's rubble in the background.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
Then obviously you have to experiment kind of to take the certain angles to kind of hide the wire, but sometimes it kind of looks good.
Yeah, I think it looks great. And I think it's awesome too that you guys get to do it together, because I know that some girls would not enjoy that. I just know from talking with friends and stuff. So it's I think that's just awesome that you guys are able to do that together.
Yeah, well, that's what I always say. I was like, I bet you really regret it now. Like, you've really opened the can of worms.
And looking on your page, you also have a few Mezco figures. And let's hear a little bit about what you think about these figures.
I actually didn't find out about the Mezco figures until about a year ago. Um, I'd seen pictures of figures with fabric clothing. I thought, wow, that looks awesome. And I was in a comic book shop in Dublin City. I live about 40 minutes out of the city, so I don't get to go in that often. And they had three Mezco figures on the stand. And I was like, wow. But they hadn't none in stock. They only had the display figures. And I was like, oh. And the guy at the counter said, look, I can sell you the Green Arrow figure. So I bought that. That was my first one. And then I went back a few weeks later and they'd restocked and they had a Captain America, the Captain Rogers limited edition version,
Okay.
and a Reverse Flash and the Flash. So I purchased the three of them on the spot.
nice.
My bank account didn't love that, but no, they're great figures. They're really posable. They look so realistic.
And would you say it was worth the price?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, good.
Definitely.
Yeah, well, I mean, that picture that you do with the Flash and Reverse Flash is pretty sick.
Yeah, I actually need to take a few more pictures, I think, with the mouse because I don't get to use them as much as I like because I'm kind of afraid of moving them too much, I don't know, the fabrics and stuff like that. But I'm sure they're quite robust.
Well, it's definitely understandable. Because
Yeah,
when you spend that much, you don't want to just be tearing it right away.
yeah. The first time I tried to customize a figure, like I pulled the head off, and I was, oh, will this go back on? Will this go back on? And obviously it does get it back on eventually and stuff like that. So it's just
Are you thinking about getting into doing more customizing?
just kind of, yeah, for my own kind of hobby sake, messing around. I'm actually currently painting. I have a Yellow Lantern Sinestro figure. I Mattel them.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking of repainting them at the moment of the current Ultraviolet Corps colors.
Oh,
So
that'd be cool.
yeah, well, the DC Essentials they're releasing them obviously as the normal Yellow Lantern, and I think it'd be cool to have him as what he's currently looking like.
Mm.
Yeah, and definitely be getting practicing on because that's the one thing about custom. It's like kind of scary, but once you get to practicing, it's not as bad as I thought. Although also it could be horrible, just end up a mess.
Yeah, well, I see. Tyler had you have a custom Joker, Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
Did you make that yourself? Did you?
Well, my cousin, he taught me a little bit of stuff on the hair. So he basically got the foundation done on the hair, and I kind of finished it up and then did the painting of it. But it wasn't too difficult just because I used the mime that comes with the Rorschach figure for the essentials, and he already has the eye paint like that, so it wasn't too hard to keep that in line.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to do it if it wouldn't already have those lined up for me. I wouldn't be able to do it that nice.
Well, it worked out really well. It's really good custom.
Well, hopefully we get a Joker figure that's legit, because I want one that looks legit.
Yeah.
And speaking of DC Media, there's one question that is definitely a tradition, and we want to ask before we let too much time pass, and that is, you kind of said that you watched it. We want to know, what are your top 3 BTAS episodes?
Ooh, can you count the Mask of the Phantasm Man episode?
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah, that qualifies. That'll do.
So is that your number? Is that number 1?
Yeah, I'm not too up on the episode names. I gotta admit now, to be honest.
Well, we'll help you out if you describe them.
It's a good challenge for us to guess.
Yeah, and Mask of the Phantasm, you can't go wrong. I think that's like one of my all-time favorite Batman anything.
Yeah. Definitely the episode where Batman with the little girl is the leader of the Royal Flush Gang.
Okay, epilogue.
The scene. That's a very deep episode.
With Justice League? Yeah. That's fantastic. And that's the first time we've had that one put up there. I like it.
Yeah. I actually need to rewatch the animated series again. And I haven't watched it since it's been remastered.
Oh, you'll be in for a treat. It still holds up, right, Scott?
Yeah, the colours and the sort of vibrance of it all are just so much sharper, and I don't know what it is. It's just so much more special.
Yeah. The opening scene is always something.
Yeah.
They go back to YouTube and just rewatching.
You got one more.
One more episode. Let me think. Oh, I'm pulling a blank here. This is embarrassing.
Are you a fan of Freeze? Usually people say that.
Freeze. No, actually, no, I love the Man-Bat episode.
On Leather Wings.
And I came very close to buying the Man-Bat figure a few weeks ago.
Oh, you got to.
Yeah, I see. I have the Batman and Robin that came with the animated series Bat Signal.
Ooh, you got that? Nice.
Yeah, that's a great set, that is.
But I haven't seen many other animated series figures around.
Ireland's letting me down right now.
Yeah, this is the shout out. They need to sort something out. Like, that's why I see on, like, in America, Walmart stock so much, and I don't know what it's like in UK now. I'm sure it's a lot better than Ireland though.
Well, Scott, do you want to try to see if he might have played the? Do you want to ask that?
Yes. Well, the Arkham games are something that it's a big love of mine. Is that something that you enjoy?
Yeah, I love the Arkham games.
Yes.
Yeah.
How would you rank the games from favorite to least favorite?
Okay, so Arkham Knight would be my favorite.
Yes. Finally, someone else that chooses Arkham Knight as their favorite.
I mean, it was the first chance to really get around Gotham, and I know there was no civilians and stuff, but it was something special.
Yeah, definitely.
Arkham Origins would be my second favorite.
Oh, that's a good choice as well. Origins gets so overlooked and is so underrated.
Yeah, I love the small playthroughs where you could play as Deathstroke.
Yeah.
Arkham Asylum would be my one in there, number one.
Nice.
Arkham City's last.
Yeah.
Dang.
I didn't like the idea of the concept of the walled off Arkham City.
Hey, everyone has their own thoughts. I like it. That's the first time we've had it ranked that low. I respect it.
Yeah, it just shows how good the Arkham games were to put City down there but still have 3 amazing games ahead of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Obviously it was a 10th anniversary recently of Arkham Asylum, which is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
How it could be released and people would play it and it would, it'd be absolutely fine. No one would say it's outdated or anything like that. It's fantastic.
No, it was kind of a game of first of its kind, fighting style, and
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it inspired so many other games.
Or even from the first game, looking at the way the cape moved, and I remember the first time seeing Arkham Knight but the rain hitting off Batman's cape.
Yeah.
It's just
And
something special.
and like how he grows a beard throughout it, and the battle damage suit as he goes along as well. And
Yeah, it's brilliant.
fun.
Brilliant.
It is absolutely flawless game, and such a creepy game as well. So like sort of claustrophobic and enclosed, and really really cool.
Yeah, well, I like the way they really incorporate the detective sides of Batman.
Yes, yeah.
The movies don't really do a good job of that sometimes.
That's actually quite a nice segue into the new Batman movie, which is Matt Reeves himself has said it's going to be like a noir detective Batman, which is going to be quite interesting. What do you think of the amount of villains, the casting, and the direction, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, the casting, like, everyone was kind of losing their rag about Robert Pattinson. I mean, that happened with Ben Affleck, and he'd done a good job. So, I mean, he's playing a young Bruce Wayne. We haven't seen that portrayed really on the big screen, so this is his first chance. There's nothing really to go up against.
Yeah.
So, no, I've high hopes for Robert.
Yeah, it's a good point. And he said himself that he likes that he's been sort of slated because there's, it lowers expectation, lowers the pressure, and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, he doesn't mind that. And like you say, the fact that people slated Ben Affleck and now everybody wants him to come back as Batman. So
Exactly. Like, when you picture an older Bruce Wayne, I picture Ben Affleck.
yeah, definitely. I mean, you've both of you have probably seen all the memes around of the BTS Bruce Wayne and Ben Affleck, but pictures side by side, and he's just so accurate. It's incredible.
Yeah, and even the depiction of him, it's so Dark Knight Rises, the suit, the way he acts and all. I thought it was brilliant. A brilliant depiction of like an older, grittier Batman.
Yeah, it really was, and I can't believe how they butchered him in Justice League. It's just ridiculous.
We won't speak about that incident.
Yeah, we definitely need a Schneider cut of that film. Jesus.
Yeah, after Momoa said like the Snyder cut, like there is a watchable version. So I mean, just upload it online, just make it happen. Like,
leak it.
Yeah, I don't understand. Warner Brothers just don't want to admit that they were wrong, even though every single person in the world knows that they were, except for themselves, which is kind of odd. Yeah,
it got Whedonized.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. It's so terrible. I mean, nothing against him as a director, but putting him in charge of that film was just a ridiculous decision.
Yeah, no, exactly. And even some people say like, "Oh, Zach, he wasn't doing a good storyline," but I mean, we didn't get to see it play out, so we don't know that.
Yeah, and then Warner Brothers kind of backed out on their own agreement with him anyway, so he kind of got screwed over by the people employing him because they originally wanted like a 5-film series, and then they decided, no, we're going to make a bigger universe, but we want this and we want that, and it's just messing him around as well.
Yeah, it's a shame. It was rushed.
Yeah,
we were robbed of the film we deserved.
Yeah, and pretty sickening the way that they got rid of him as well. Horrible way to get pushed aside.
Yeah. But that being said, at the same time, the standalone films now since have actually been doing really well.
They have. They
have.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, pretty much all the standalone films have been amazing in this universe.
Yeah, they really have. I mean, Aquaman was amazing. Shazam was just so brilliant. Like anyone that's not even into comics could go Shazam and have a brilliant enjoy.
Shazam was fantastic. Great film. And even ones like Man of Steel to begin. Man of Steel was flawless.
Oh, yeah, that's one of my all-time favorites to go back and rewatch.
Yeah, same. What a movie! I mean, that just cements the love and admiration for Superman.
Yeah, it really does. Like this first flight scene is just
amazing.
Yeah.
How excited are you for the Joker upcoming?
Oh, I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to seeing this depiction. It's definitely not anything we've seen before. So,
are you staying clear of all spoilers and everything?
Yeah, I tend to do that anyway. I like to go into the film, just watch it and get my own opinion, because I find, even like the earlier reviews, if you hear the earlier reviews and they're bad, it kind of gives you a bias going into the film.
Yeah.
That being said,
I'm trying to steer clear. But I'm glad. That's good to know that you're actually pumped for it.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's another iteration of Joker. I mean, I'll take any comic book stuff I get on the big screen.
Yeah, the only thing that's sad for me is that it seems like it is only going to be a one and done. Because I would
Yeah,
like to see him versus the new Batman.
that would be
Yeah.
well, that would be an interesting idea. It would be an older Joker, like, and well, look, never say never. You don't know. We don't know. It might happen.
If there's enough
Yeah.
money.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Enough.
Certainly hope it happens. They got to sort of, I hate to say it, but they got to kind of cash in on it, really, because how do you replace someone like Heath Ledger and follow on from him? Well, you've got someone that before the film comes out, it's got these amazing reviews. It's won awards already. Like
Yeah, but
can't just use him for one film and that's it.
this is the problem. I mean, this is what do you do with Jared Leto's Joker? He still has another two
Yeah.
films, I think, or two appearances in his contract.
I still genuinely believe he would be a phenomenal Joker if sort of directed properly.
Yeah, it was the tattoos as well, damaged.
Yeah, get rid of the tattoos, redo
Yeah,
the hair a bit and the outfit, and make him.
Yeah, like you can
make him
understand Metal Grill because you could say like, oh, Batman knocked his teeth out,
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
but they didn't do Joker justice in that.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
No,
They could have done it better.
We can
If
just
you had
say,
to,
sorry, continue.
I was gonna say, if you had to pick a company to make a figure for the Joaquin Phoenix, which one would you hope make it? Like a McFarlane, NECA, Mattel?
That's a good question. See, for the details and the realism, I don't know if I'd go with Mattel. Mattel is great for the articulation. I'd
Yes.
probably go NECA or McFarlane maybe because their detail is really good to pay attention.
I hope we hear something soon because I really want that figure.
Yeah, I want a realistic looking one. I don't want like a comic booky looking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's very
maybe
true.
like if Mafex maybe came out with one, that would be good.
Yeah, I reckon. I still think Mafex or McFarlane are the favourites to get them because they're the ones that seem to be ahead of the game right now because all the McFarlane stuff that's been leaked and the fact that Mafex are always so quick on reveals and they don't tend to mess around with their releases not as much as Mezco do. So hopefully it's good.
No, yeah, and there is that rumor that I think it is true. McFarlane are doing the a new DC line of figures
They are absolutely.
with potential Batman Who Laughs. So
That's definitely. Yeah, I think that's 90% going to happen.
No, that would be sick.
That was a well needed.
I think it's not. A few people in the UK have accidentally leaked it, and I've spoke to a couple of stores, and I think it's 90% going to happen.
That's great news. That's great news.
Yeah.
I see, someone made Scott Snyder a custom Batman Who Laughs.
Oh, nice.
Presented. I'm seeing on Instagram there the other day, and it just looked beautiful. And I said, Mezco needs to release one.
Yeah, definitely. I think we're going to see a couple of figures from him this year because DC Collectibles will probably make one with the animated figure, and
The adventure continue.
Yeah, certainly does. And then we'll probably get one from McFarlane as well. And McFarlane are going to be taking over the animated license from DC Collectibles as well. So we're going to get Superman, Batman, and GL, which is exciting. So there should be some cool figures coming out next year from McFarlane. Looking forward to it.
Interesting things.
Yeah, definitely.
Were you? Did you have your eye on Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con, DJ?
I did, and I was devastated that I couldn't it was the exclusive for the Superman Alien.
Oh, what a set that is!
That was sad. And then for the New York one, the Green Lantern and the Yellow Lantern Predator exclusives. We've seen them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so those.
they
I
look
was just about to ask you, but I was gonna say, what is the figures that you desire most? But since you said those first, I'm gonna guess those are ones.
Yeah, well, I'm really thinking of forking out the money for them on eBay. I mean, they look really good, and
I can't blame you.
I love the Batman and Predator storylines from Dark Horse. They were really good comics.
Especially the first one. That was epic.
Yeah, they're really good. The art was brilliant, and yeah, just being able to recreate that in a figure and a photo would be really, really good.
Yeah, I think that neck of Superman looks like one of the best Superman figures ever produced. He looks so good.
Yeah, even the way the cape sits and all on the shoulders, it does look
Yes.
fake on. 'Cause that can sometimes happen with the capes, the fabric capes. It doesn't look right sitting on the shoulders.
Yeah, I think there's only the Mezco Superman cape that looks any good, really. The BVS one, that looks brilliant as a cloth cape. But like you say, incorporating it onto a plastic figure is so difficult. Just the way that Superman's cape works, sort of coming out of his suit. So it's easy for Batman, but
yeah.
Now, are you going to be getting the Mezco '89 Batman?
I was looking at it, I was thinking that there's a few that I'd like to get. But it's just the price. I'd love to order all of them. I'm trying to limit myself to like 1 or 2 figures a month now at the moment. So, but
That's definitely understandable.
yeah, I'd love to get a hold of the Mezco Dark Side. If that would be one.
Oh,
he's incredible.
Yeah, he's really
Incredible
nice.
figure. It's just one of those figures that you get and just think, wow. It's just you can sit there staring at him for hours. He's just so cool, and he's bloody heavy as well.
Is he? Yeah. I have is he's massive. He's nearly up to my knee. The the Dark Side Wars one.
oh, the icons.
Oh yes, the icon
Dark
one.
Side, yeah.
That came with Grail.
Rare, yeah. I actually managed to nab him at half price on the first issue release of Metal in my local comic book shop.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
what
a
do you
cool
think of
figure.
Grail?
Yeah, she's an awesome figure as well.
I think she's one of the coolest ones. She's like one of the most articulated icons.
She is, yeah, and the axe that comes with her, and then she has the rubber pullover.
Oh yeah, looking fresh.
I know, yeah, it's a good figure. It matches up well with Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah, she's someone to fight. And she probably doesn't scale too well with the Essential Wonder Woman.
Small, yeah, she's a little bit smaller. That's
bit
the shame
smaller.
about the icons and the essentials.
Even the Icons Wonder Woman doesn't scale with the Icons figures.
No,
It's very oddly made of tall. It's very strange, like, overly tall.
Yeah, well, that's one thing. Like the latest Wonder Woman figure from the Essentials, it's a great figure and really posable. But I think they made her hips a bit too wide. It nearly impedes kind of getting her even just to stand straight. Sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dang. Well, that's good to know for those that are interested in getting it. Dang. Well,
No,
Scott, do you have any other final questions or anything?
Yeah, well, I've one sort of final question. Or talking about DC figure line. What's your favorite sort of line of figures? I'm feeling you're going to say the Essentials, but over the years there's been so many cool different lines. What would be your favorite?
Favorite line of figures? I liked the Essentials New 52 line. I have quite a few of them.
Oh, that's good shout.
The details in them were really realistic. There was metallic shines to them.
Mm.
Yeah,
And the
ones.
Capullo Joker.
Yeah, that was a great figure.
Yeah, it's a fantastic figure.
I need to take more pictures of him. I forgot I even had him.
Yeah, you tend to neglect figures sometimes, and you go,
Yeah,
"Oh wow!"
I feel bad.
Yeah.
I think of Toy Story, and I feel like I'm just letting him down. Now I have a question because you are from Ireland, and it's a show that I just recently discovered and I absolutely love. And I'm actually going to go visit Ireland next year too because I have family there. But have you ever watched Hardy Bucks?
I have indeed. It's a brilliant series.
I absolutely love it.
Yeah, you're only getting around to it now.
I can't believe I haven't heard about it until this year.
Have you seen the film yet? No.
Oh yeah, I rented it the same day. I binged it, rented it, and I watched all of Viper's views on YouTube. I think Viper's hilarious.
Yeah, that was huge. It's not as big in Ireland now as it was, but back in the day when it was first out, it was huge.
I hope they come back with another season, at least one. But yeah, I would just want to say again, DJ, thank you for coming on the show, and
yeah, big thank you.
I definitely want to have you back on if you're willing.
Yeah, definitely, man. That's brilliant, Tyler Scott. Thanks very much. This is been an experience.
It's been a lot of fun.
To have you on.
Yeah, finally getting to meet you. It's a lot of fun looking at your page. It's also cool to know that you do all the dios yourself, and that it's just cool hearing the process. And it's also nice knowing that you have a partner, your girl Katie. She's all for it. She helps you out, even with the lighting. That's awesome. And if you guys aren't following DJ, again, go check him out on Instagram. He is at toysnap.inc. He does a lot of awesome pictures. Never the same thing twice. He's either outside, inside, different dios. And the best thing is it's mostly DC. If you're a big DC fan, if you're a Marvel fan, you're going to be out of luck, but you might enjoy the pictures still. But
No,
again, we
Marvel. That disappoints me. No, I'm joking.
Again, we want to thank DJ, and we hope you guys enjoyed. We want to thank you, Scott, and I want to thank you again for all the
definitely
positive feedback that we get. Again, we want to thank you for, I guess, spreading the word of mouth, because we continue to see the numbers grow, and that's always good. And we hope you guys continue to enjoy. We have another show coming up this coming week, and we will talk to you very shortly. This has been DC Figures and Collectibles. We do what you do too, and we never outgrow playing with plastic 6-inch figures. Talk to you later.